It doesn't matter what's in your pants. Get on the floor, it's time to dance. Park your boat at the dock. Up next is Cox and Stocks.
Welcome to Cox and Stocks, where we light 'em up, kick back, and talk about what's going on in the NFL with Dizzy, Ray Boy, Little Nugget. Well. It's time for Cox and Stocks.
That's right. It's time for Cox and Stocks. Now, here are your hosts, Dizzy, Rayboy, and Lil Nugget.
Whoop, whoop, woo! We have made it, boys. We made it to week 4 after a brutal week 3. Shout out to Nicole for that song. Right? Nicole's her name, right, Jake?
I think so.
Yeah, Nicole, thank you very much for that song. We'll have to reach out to you for an outro song. Hey, gents. I am your co-host here, RJ Smitty, Rayboy here. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I'm joined by my left, our special guest co-host, Dan. I doubt he'll speak up. To his left on Discord, Matty B, Lil Nug. Matt, how you doing, pal?
I'm good. Yep. Just keep it on.
Yes, sir, absolutely. To Matt's left on Discord is Jacob Buller, Dizzy Artorias. Dizzy, how you going?
God, doing pretty good. Had a pretty okay week in Cox Stocks, won my fantasy league, and yep, pretty good.
Very nice. And to his left, our Chiefs fan, D Murph, D Hollabooty Dakota. How you doing, D Murph?
Not too bad. I made some pick switches I wish I hadn't, but it's still week 3. Got plenty of time to make up.
Absolutely.
I made some pick switches I wish I had.
Hey, gents, another week's gone by, and still a lot more red than green on this board. Starting with Thursday Night Football, the Patriots at the Jets, and the Jets kind of dog-walked the Patriots in that game. I made the last-second decision to switch to the Jets, and that paid off. We all had the Browns, and they shit the bed. We all had the Bears, and they shit the bed. Jake and I were on the Vikings. They got a nice win over the Texans. Sam Darnold, MVP.
The Darnold.
The Darnold, MVP, baby. I mean, I don't know.
They're leading the NFC North right now, 3-0.
I'm just saying. The Darnold looks pretty good. That's all I'm saying. The Eagles at the Saints, and the Eagles shut down that Saints offense, holding them to only...
Didn't.
Well, the Eagles held them to like 13 points or some shit like that. 13, 12.
Yeah.
13-12 after the Saints went on a tear, scoring 40 in both their first 2 games. The Steelers get a nice W over the Chargers at home to go up 3-0.
That's a win for me because my bold prediction got really close, really close, and it's looking like it's going to hit very soon about Justin Herbert getting injured and being out the rest of the season.
Yep. In other news, water is wet. Broncos at Bucks. Broncos at Bucks. The Bucks, in a very shocking upset, get blown out at home against the Broncos. The Packers walk into Tennessee, and freaking Matt LaFleur is right now, in my opinion, leading the Coach of the Year run.
Or Kevin McConnell, whatever his name is.
Or yeah, the Vikings guy, yeah.
One of those two.
And who could have saw this coming? The Panthers out of nowhere start the Red Rocket, and
I saw it coming.
Yeah, very good job. Panthers walk into Las Vegas, and Las Vegas' home turf, and stomp the Raiders at home. The Dolphins at the Seahawks. Dolphins started their second-string quarterback. They went all the way down to their third quarterback. The Seahawks get a win. The Dolphins only scored 3 points. The Lions at the Cardinals. I want to ask you this, Jake, before we move on to the next game. Are you a little worried about the Lions? How did you feel about that game?
Yes. I will tell you about it once we start doing our picks, but because I have that stat that's really bad for the Lions.
Okay.
Yes, very extremely worried about the Lions, but we'll get to that.
Gotcha. Ravens at the Cowboys. The Ravens almost blew a 28-6 lead, or 28-7. I forget the exact number. But the Ravens get the win in Dallas. Ravens cover.
It was empty calories. It was 28-6 with like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's just Ravens were just running out the game. They got a lucky onside kick.
That's what
That
they
was
say is Dak was just stat padding at the end like he usually
Yep.
does.
Like
$60
he
million.
usually does.
Yeah.
$60 million.
Ah. The 49ers blow a 10-point lead twice, I think, to the Rams in that same game. And the Rams come back and walk it off with a field goal. You would have thought it was a home game for the Niners based on all the red jerseys in the stands.
Hey, Sean McVay.
Yeah,
Whew.
McVay missing Coop and Puka, and he still got it done. Sunday Night Football was the Chiefs at the Falcons, and a lot of people are upset about a DPI that wasn't called against the Chiefs.
No. That game, okay. Listen with that game. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, now go ahead.
Yes, there was a DPI that was extremely blatant in the end zone for Kirk. However, what happened after the Falcons, I think, kicked a field goal or whatever? What happened after that? The Chiefs get the ball. What happens after that? The Falcons 3-and-out the Chiefs. What happens after that? The Falcons get the ball. What happens after that? Almost 3 straight penalties on the Chiefs to march the Falcons down the field. 3 straight penalties on the Chiefs. And then what happens? They try to do a fucking outside fucking run on 4th and 2 or whatever the fuck it was, and then the Chiefs stop them. So the fact that people are saying the fucking Chiefs got that game handed to them is completely wrong. Completely wrong. Just saying.
I can neither confirm nor deny because I fell asleep watching the game and didn't go back and watch the replay.
It was boring.
The first Monday Night Football game, the Jags got absolutely fucking dog-whopped, molly-whopped up and down that field. Bills win that one. Fucking, let's just even say it was 70-0 because that's basically what it looked like. And the Commanders, wow, they come out here and they upset the Bengals, getting a win at Cincinnati, bringing the week 3 win-loss total in last place for this week with 5 wins and 11 losses. Dakota Murphy. Congratulations, Dakota. Woo! In third place this week with 6 wins and 10 losses, Matty B. Woo! Congratulations, Matt. Third place. And in second place with 7 wins and 9 losses from Columbus, Georgia, Jakey B. Bowler. Woo! Got some help from those switch picks, I think.
My Panthers and Rams pick.
And in first place with an even record of 8-8 this week, yours truly, Rayboy. Give it up for me. Woo! Which brings the overall this week to Matt in last place with a record of 19 wins and 29 losses. Matt in fourth place. In third is Dakota with 20 wins and 28 losses. In second place, new second place, congratulations, Jake. You moved up with 21 wins and 27 losses.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
And once again, I'm in first place for the 3rd week in a row, and still at an even record of 24 and 24. Give it up for me. Woo! And I added this little fun thing here. Games back. Jake, you are 3 games behind me. Dakota, you are 4. And Matt, you are 5, pal.
Very close race right now.
Yep, tie race or close race. Hey, still anybody's ball game.
Very tight.
Very tight. But let's move into this week's game, starting with the Thursday Night Football. And I don't have trivia or anything like that. I know, Dakota, you're on a little bit of a hustle here. You got to get to rating.
We don't have to hustle. I was kind of surprised we didn't sit and talk a little bit about the last week's games. I just didn't want to sit here and listen to Matt and Jake go at it for 20 minutes about some Ravens, whoever the fuck they played last week game.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I didn't want to sit there and listen about Dak Prescott sucking dick, Lamar Jackson having pointless MVPs,
and that's true too.
So,
well,
then people arguing against people who aren't going to change their mind, a conversation. This is a conversation we've had off of Cox and Stocks probably 5-6 times already. Nothing's changed. So
Well, we probably won't fly through it. I'm sure an hour-long argument will pop up on one
I'm
of
sure
these
it will
games.
too.
But how about we start with one of Jake's favorite teams and one of his favorite quarterbacks? Thursday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys are flying up to New York to face an opponent that they have beat, I think, 13 out of the last 14 times they've played each other. The Dallas Cowboys, who over the last 10 games have hung over 30 points against the Giants. The Cowboys at the Giants, plus 5.5 points for the Giants. Jake, I'm going to start with you. The Giants getting kind of, I don't want to say a big one, but getting a win nonetheless on the road in Cleveland. How do you feel about Dak Prescott and the boys on Thursday Night Football at the Giants?
Well, what the Giants have figured out now is they have a number 1 wide receiver in the league, and that's Malik Neighbors. He is so fucking good. I did watch the Giants-Brown game a little bit. Daniel Jones looked a little bit more like his second half season last year, where he's a little bit more because he's a big guy. Like if he gets running, he can hit you.
Yep.
Now he's still a bad quarterback.
He has a better passer rating than Trevor Lawrence over his career.
But there's just something happening with the Cowboys, and I don't know if it's the I just got paid factor with Dak. They've lost 2 straight home games. Bad losses too. These are bad losses. And I get that the score for the Ravens was close. It was not close. They were just playing prevent defense, just trying to run the clock. Everyone knows that. But it's like Dak and CD were arguing on the sideline. So, and I mean, the Giants obviously not a great organization, but Cowboys and Giants got the same record right now. I mean, I feel like taking the Giants plus, but it's a primetime game. I don't know. I feel like taking the Giants plus 5.5 is a little sneaky here. I kind of like it.
Ooh.
I don't trust Giants. I don't trust Daniel Jones in a primetime game. But Giants at home, coming off a nice big win. Malik Neighbors probably getting the big confidence. We just had a fantastic game last week. Daniel Jones probably feeling a little hot. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see an argument why you would take the Cowboys to cover this. Right? I don't doubt they'll win, but to cover, I just don't see an argument for that right now.
You know, it is, I said it last week too. It's Thursday Night Football, short week. Maybe you're thinking little fuckery there. Maybe even the Giants pull out a win, possibly. You think the Cowboys will win, just not cover.
I don't see an argument for why they could cover right now. I really don't see it. They have no running game. Their run defense is horrible. I don't see an argument right now. I really don't.
Okay, fair enough. I'll go second. I'm just gonna not overthink this. I'm just gonna go with the Cowboys. I don't have an argument. I just think the Giants maybe just got lucky last week and got a win.
Yeah, that's possible.
And I mean, I think the Cowboys are a better team than the Giants. And I don't know. Yeah, Neighbors is great. I think, in my opinion, the safe pick is the Cowboys, and I just don't want to overthink it and get too. This isn't one where it's like, oh, they're a sneaky pick for me. I don't think they're a sneaky pick here. Matt, how you going on this one?
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you with the Cowboys reason why, and I'm just overthinking. But if you actually watch the Browns game, Jake, you would know that the Browns lost 3 of their offensive linemen. Browns are the best offensive linemen in the league. Well, so when you lose 3 offensive linemen in any football game and you have backers playing on the line, like it's gonna be a long day, and that's exactly what happened. They couldn't
Aren't
get the
the
running
Cowboys
game.
playing with some rookie offensive linemen?
Yeah, but that's their starter, not reserves. There's a back. There's
Oh,
a
I see what you're
difference.
saying.
If
Okay,
you
I gotcha,
draft,
gotcha.
if you put stock into a first, second round pick, you expect to be good. But
Yeah.
you're not drafting a 7th rounder to be your starting left tackle. That's
fair.
not
That's
the
fair.
same. Obviously the Browns are still without Chubb, so they can't run the ball. We know that for whatever reason, Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper can't be on the same page, and I don't know what's going on in the Browns there. I feel almost bad for Kevin Stefanski. Yeah, he knew he was getting into it with Deshaun, but there's no way he knew Deshaun was going to regress to this point in his career. I mean, no one
Yeah,
saw that
he looks
coming.
so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for that team and that fan base because it's back to the same quarterback, potential quarterback carousel. Regardless, though, Jake, you mentioned it. You know how what's going on with the Cowboys. You know, is it because they just got paid? See, I don't think that's the issue
Hmm.
because their defense is their issue, not their offense. I mean, you kind of alluded to it, but they can't stop the bleeding at all. I mean, they allowed over 250 rushing yards to the Ravens. Like, yeah, the Ravens are predicated on running, but 250 yards is just insane in any level of football.
Yeah, it's just he's not
Um,
scoring though. Like Dak's
right,
not scoring.
right. Well, it doesn't help when you have key drops and CD Lamb dropping or fumbling in the red zone. Like that stuff matters when you can't sustain drives or get any points, and then you turn around and you can't stop from scoring. Then you're not even. It's not even up and down scoring. It's not even even. Um, and at least correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Dak made any like real horrendous throws in that game versus the Ravens. At least not blatant horrendous throws. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
right. They
sure.
don't have a run game for sure. I mean, that's Jerry Jones. That's the Cowboys' issue. I mean, that's
Yep.
internal, for whatever reason. And I know Jerry Jones said they couldn't afford Derrick Henry. Well, that's a lie because you don't wait until right before midnight to sign your quarterback and your receiver. Well, then you have
Yep.
money. If you would have paid him a year earlier, where they would have been cheaper, you would have had money. So that's not even a fair argument Jerry Jones can't make. I'm not trying to assault the Cowboys, like why you can't run, but you can't just say we can't afford Derrick Henry. Um,
It seems
they
like a
definitely
shit
need
organization.
to figure something out, whether it's through a trade or just scheming something up differently. Even if you don't have a run game, you can do quick passes or screens, which are
Yep.
essentially they work out run plays. We know that. Um, I'm not I'm not ready to hit the panic button quite yet. I think this game is gonna be predicated on that. Honestly, I think this could be a trap game. But I'm not gonna overthink it. And Cowboys are just a safe pick.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sorry, that's a lot of info.
No, I liked it. I liked it.
That's good
Yeah, I'm not.
analysis.
Yeah, I don't want to say like it feels like almost every time someone gets paid, like it feels like they do shitty right when they get that contract. I don't know why. Like I feel like we talked about it before. That's the only reason I said
I
it.
mean, it
But
happens every. It's the
yeah,
problem is it's so easy to point fingers and say that's the
yeah,
reason.
yeah. The Cowboys got something going on. They got a bad mojo about them, right now. It's a
Supposedly,
weird.
rumor. I don't want to speak of just rumor. Supposedly, the Cowboys are consider Jerry Jones behind the scenes is considering selling the team. That way, I mean, he's like
Uh,
85 years old, so he'd rather leave his family billions of dollars, like $10 billion, as opposed to leaving them a shit franchise. Supposedly, that's a rumor. So that's why he was okay with paying everyone top dollar, because in a year it's no longer his paycheck. And the reason there's actually precedent behind that because if you look at the Boston Celtics in this offseason for basketball spent like 250 million or something outrageous, the largest payroll ever. Well, a week after paying everyone that they just won the championship with, the owner comes out and announces he's selling the team, so it's no longer his payroll. So he's like, I don't care, not my problem anymore. Once I sell the team,
Hell yeah.
so that's people are comparing it to.
Dakota, how do you feel about them boys?
Well, I feel like Dak Prescott has really let me down these first 3 weeks, and my instinct was to go with the Giants just because I'm like, dude, I don't know. But my instinct's also been letting me down. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, especially after what Matt said. Um, if we want spicier insight from me, just picking dumb picks, let me pick before Matt says anything because he's just gonna make me change my mind apparently.
It's okay. It's okay to change your mind.
Yeah.
But
Hey, that's
I mean,
compelling argument.
there's probably gonna be some picks after this that I end up switching before the game. Just looking at these, but I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Well, here's one that I'm sure Jake is gonna love this game, and I'm very curious to know what he has to say.
Yeah.
The Bengals.
You already know, baby.
The Bengals at the Panthers plus
Jeez.
4.5 points for the Panthers. Jake, your dad's a
Got
Bengals fan. I think the panic button is about to get smashed into the floor.
It should be.
You
They are.
love the Panthers. You've been right. You are all in on these Panthers. How do you feel about the
Bro.
Panthers being plus 4.5 at home?
Listen. Panthers, man. What'd I say? Actually, Matt, I want to ask you this because I asked Dakota and Ryan this while we were watching the game. Earlier in the year, I said if you threw Patrick Mahomes onto the Panthers, they could sneak into a wild card spot. And what I got was 100% rejection and absolute no fucking way in
not for
hell.
me. Not for me.
Not from Dakota, but from Ryan and Matt. That would ever happen. Watching Andy Dalton do that, did that at least shift the needle to you from 100% impossible, never in any universe, any combination whatsoever, to at least yeah, but then if the NFC South continues to suck, I could see them sneak into a wild card spot with Mahomes. After
We always
seeing
talk about
that
not.
game.
We always talk about not overreacting and jumping the gun. It's one game. It's one game. I think let's temper.
They look good
expectations.
though. They look
He
good.
did. He did. And
They
let's just temper expectations.
they look good though. They look good. Hey, they actually looked like a legit fucking team without Bryce Young leading the helm.
So the only thing I can say, at least on the defensive end, because I'll let you pick first. I'm not trying to steal your mojo. The only thing I can say on the Raiders quickly, I didn't know this. Apparently, Max Crosby has a high ankle, and he was severely limited during the game. Just quick side
He just
note.
used that as an excuse after the game because they got their fucking asses blown out. Give me the fucking Panthers plus 4.5. Red Rocket out here throwing bombs. Max Crosby, who? Not even a fucking issue.
Never heard
Cry
of her.
about it after the game. Bengals fucking suck right now. I switched to them last week because I was like, "There's no way they're gonna let fucking the Commanders make them go 0-3."
Dude, he looks good.
Fucking,
Companies look
they
good.
look at Jaden Daniels. I know we'll talk about him. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I have a question for you, Matt, about Jaden Daniels. once we
Yeah,
get to them.
yeah.
But give me the Panthers, dude. Red Rocket looked so. He had the fucking thing where he was the only quarterback this year to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns or
Yep.
some shit like that.
I saw
ridiculous.
that. Well, speaking of Red Rocket, 'cause of that name, did you see what Pat McAfee said on his show?
No.
So last week, Chuck Pagano said he gets his ass eaten out at home by Tina.
Oh yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that.
So yesterday, Pat McAfee goes, Red Rocket is coming all over the field, and he didn't even realize what he said until afterwards.
Come on, Chuck. Oh, also another point: Red Rocket revenge game, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
right.
good point. Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
I mean, I'll go next. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm definitely overthinking it, and it's so dumb. But give me the fucking Panthers.
Oh,
Hell yeah! Let's go.
That's so stupid. This is
Hey, throw my
Wait,
ass
hold
down
on.
there
Yeah.
too. Throw my ass on there
Oh,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
the only thing is, and I know we texted about it. Shannon Sharp is an idiot. I like Shannon Sharp. That's a terrible
Yeah.
take. Joe
Oh.
Burrow did not lose that game. 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, 300 yards. It does not lose your game.
You didn't
we-
win
All right,
that.
That
let's
is-
move on. Let's move on
Yeah.
from that. Let's move on from that.
Yeah, I
Let's
think we
move on
should
from
move
that.
on before we have another discussion
Dude,
about it.
Hey, he didn't
Matt,
lose
you
the game,
missed
but he didn't win it
there was
either.
probably a good 20 minutes before you got on
I think it was
where
longer
this
than
was the
that.
topic of conversation.
Oh, what did I miss?
No, you don't. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it after the show.
We'll have to bring it up tomorrow because it was a long conversation.
You didn't win
Anyway,
it.
I think I'm gonna clean sweep it and tell you guys I'm going with
Wow.
the Panther. I think it's
Boo.
no, listen, I think it is full panic mode for the Bengals right now, and the
Yeah.
way the Panthers look. The Panthers, I agree with Jake, and I said it when you asked me during the game. If you threw Patrick Mahomes on there, I said that I agree. I think he could get him to a wild card, but let's see what the Panthers do.
Yeah.
You know,
It at least move the needle from impossible to
Yes.
maybe in a lucky year.
yeah. I wouldn't say for sure, but let's see the continued
Right,
success. Let's see the
Yeah,
continued.
let's see Andy Dalton keep
It's
doing
just such a terrible look for Bryce Young. I feel bad.
it.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it really is.
Yeah.
Well, don't be a shit quarterback. Easy. Move on.
How do you do that?
Just
I don't know. I'm not a quarterback.
Score more points?
Score points.
Score more points.
it's just such a bad.
Don't worry
look.
about your defense. Just score more points.
Your defense doesn't matter if you score more points than the other team.
Speaking of scoring points, the Broncos scored a lot of points, and so did the Jets. And this week, the
That's
Broncos.
-7.
Yeah,
How?
that is minus. Oh, I'm sorry. The FanDuel line has updated to -7.5 now.
What?
Ooh.
Who's out?
It-
Hold on.
You can
Who's
see it right
out?
here. -7.5 for the Jets right there. You can see it for yourself.
But they won by 20.
The Broncos at the Jets, -7.5 points for the Jets. The Jets won by 20 also, right? Or what was that score? Like 7-30 or some shit?
Did they win by
Was
that
it-
much?
What was that score? Let's see.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They did.
24-3.
26-7.
One of the Broncos safeties is questionable right now.
Is that the only injury though? Like,
Supposedly that was today.
J.L. Skinner.
Yeah, he's questionable.
Probably just money coming in.
When did they play? When did the Broncos play? Was that Sunday?
Sunday. Yeah.
What was?
yeah, you're right, Skinner. Yeah, that's the only thing I
Okay,
see.
yeah, Browning was already back.
I got
Or,
the injuries.
Browning was already on IR.
I got the injuries up here, if you want to see them. Denver's at the top, Jets at the bottom. And 7.5.
Injuries.
What the?
I think that's too. That's too. That's too much of a spread for me to be comfortable.
I don't.
But like the
yeah,
Broncos haven't done anything until last game.
exactly.
Was it maybe maybe they caught the
And it
Bucks
was, but
off
it was
guard?
the Saints.
No, it was Bucks.
It was
They beat the Bucks.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, Bucks. I'm sorry. It was the Bucks. That's even like.
They
Yeah.
caught the Bucks off guard, maybe. Like the Bucks weren't expecting that, maybe.
Yeah, I think it could have been a
don't
bit of an
know.
overlook.
Bo Nix just looks so good outside of the pocket. He looks so good when he's on the run. It's actually insane. Oh fuck! I just don't know if I trust it enough yet. I feel like I have to go with the Jets here. Aaron
I'm thinking the same
Rodgers
thing.
on the other
Yeah.
side looks really fucking good right now.
Yeah.
And with a 2 running back system, Braylon Allen
Yeah.
and
I'm
The other
I'm
one.
feeling the Jets. Jake, I heard you say Jets.
Yeah.
Let's confirm you want
Yeah,
the Jets.
Jets.
Matt?
Yeah.
yep. I'm not ready to jump ship. I like Bo Nix. I think he'll be fine in the league. But one win, I mean, great win on the road, and that's
Yeah, he looked
road
great,
wins are
too.
hard to come in. Yeah,
Dakota, it sounds
just
like you
don't
like
know-
the Broncos.
I don't know, man. I think that's too much of a spread. I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
Oh, wow, look
That's
at this
fair.
guy.
The high spreads right now are like
But
8
honestly,
and 1.
dude, if Skinner does not play, I might switch to the Jets. I don't. Well, I'm sick of the Broncos right now. I'm not gonna
the thing
overthink
is,
it.
we'll get to when we get to the Bucks. I guess I'll say when I get to the Bucks.
Hey, the Broncos, Bo Nix and Sean Payton, he's scheming up some stuff for Bo Nix, like run around, take off, and run. Are you guys impressed with that a little bit? Matt, do you like what you're seeing from Bo Nix, or you think he could do a little more, or is he
I
doing
think it's
too
more
much?
Bo Nix than Sean Payton. I think it's more Bo Nix than Sean Payton. I mean, we all knew Bo Nix was accurate in college, so typically, if you're accurate in college, that's going to transition to the NFL. To me, he doesn't have any receivers to throw to, and eventually that will catch up to them.
Who was
I know
there? No, don't they
have a good-
have? What's his name?
They have Cortland Sutton,
No, not him.
Jerry Judy's on the Browns,
That's who I'm thinking of. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he got I forgot about that. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
and so like that offense just still doesn't scare me. And if Jets can play lockdown defense like they did against the Patriots, which I think it's very feasible, then I don't think it's a close game at all.
And Broncos on the road too. That's a long flight from Colorado to New York.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, Dakota, nice little sleeper pick, taking the Broncos here. Maybe, maybe they get
I
it
guess
done.
we'll see.
Yeah.
And I mean, fuck, man, I got 5 days to think about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Right now, away team dogs are 19, 15, and 1.
Oh. Wow. That's covering?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. All right, that's not bad. How about this? We got a second division game of the weekend here. The Saints had the most high explosive offense in football history for the first 2 weeks, and then last weekend happened. Now they are going to Atlanta in a brutal rivalry game.
Yep.
Saints at the Falcons, minus 1.5 points for the Falcons. Jake, our resident Georgia boy, your parents were at the Falcons-Chiefs game this past week. Did they come back to you, give you any analysis, what they thought of Kirko Cousins?
Yeah.
You're a big fan of Kirko. Give us your analysis. How are you thinking of Kirko Chains
Yeah,
here?
they said that every time the Falcons score, they blow a train whistle, and they sat next to it, so they left at halftime. So not much analysis there. Mom said she liked Kirk because she saw him on quarterbacks, thought he was nice. That's about it as far as analysis goes from the fam. But I feel like you kind of have to take the Falcons here. They look really, really good, and I get that the Saints has some explosive plays. But I think the Falcons' defense is actually pretty legit, and their running offense is so nice looking right now. Kyle Pitts has actually got involved, which is new.
Yeah. A lot of
Good
people
one,
were
Jack.
saying it's about time. Like, why
Yeah.
is it taking this so long for them to get
Yep.
Kyle Pitts the ball?
So I kind of like the Falcons here. Maybe Saints kind of regress back to the mean a little bit, especially after that Eagles game. So
You know,
Damn it,
like
Jake, you
Falcons.
took my line. I was gonna say that they regress back to the mean. That's exactly what they
Sorry.
did.
you
before
can use it. You can use it.
before we go
Well,
to you, Matt, I will
Edit that out. Yeah, edit that out. To what
Yeah.
Jake said.
Before we go to you, Matt, I will say going into this year, like multiple different PFF, ESPN, whoever you look at for team analysis, whatever, everybody was saying the Saints offensive line is the worst in the league. So now maybe teams have kind of figured them out a little bit now, and maybe the Eagles helped with that, and the Falcons are going to watch that film. But go ahead, Matt. What do you think about the Saints and Falcons?
No, yeah, I mean, I think the safe pick. I'm not in the safe pick. I think just the smart pick is to do the Falcons.
Mhm.
I think that team is gelling. I know their record doesn't show that. So early on, though, they went head to head with the Chiefs. So I think it's possible they can put up a fight. And I think we'd all agree the Chiefs are better than the Saints. Kirko looks comfortable in the offense. And like Jake said, so I'll give him credit. The Saints are just regressing back to the mean. They're gonna have some high plays like 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to week 17. They're gonna regress. They're gonna show us who they really are. The paper bags are gonna come out for the Saints, called the A,
Oh,
and bye Dennis Allen
Oh!
week 8 to have my bold prediction still come through. So not pie in my face. Ha ha ha. And the Falcons.
I'm kind of feeling the Falcons as well here, and I do think I'm surprised the Saints regressed against the Eagles. I will throw this out here. Is this a little bit damning here for the Saints? Alvin Kamara had 26 carries for
That's
87 yards.
I wouldn't say that's damning. At least they actually know who their top weapon is. So
Yeah.
they're gonna. So they're
On
not
top
afraid
of
to
that, he
feed him.
also had 3 catches for 40 yards. So he had the ball almost 30 times that game.
Yeah, I think that's a smart thing to do. So if anything, just finally credit the Eagles defense, where they finally decided to stop the run, because the first 2 weeks they decided not to stop the run. So I think it was just an overcorrection on the Eagles more than anything else. Like, hey, if you're gonna beat us, it's gonna be by Derek Carr and not by Kamara.
Kamara.
I think that's what it is, honestly.
Hmm.
I forgot Jamal Williams was on that team. What the fuck has he done?
Nothing.
He's on that
nothing.
team still?
Yeah.
He is,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, give me the Falcons.
Traitor.
Dakota, how you going? Were you impressed by the Falcons against the Chiefs, or Chiefs just gonna do Chiefs thing? Don't matter who they are.
Well, I was impressed that the Falcons went up against the Chiefs and they played well. But that's not the reason I'm picking the Falcons this week.
Fuck
The
Derek
reason I'm
Carr.
picking the Falcons is because fuck Derek Carr. I First 2 weeks I was saying fuck Derek Carr and he pops off.
That's
Then I'm like, hey,
topical.
I need a quarterback in fantasy because
so
Jordan Love
topical.
out, Tua fucking idiot using his head as a fucking weapon, and guess what? Derek Carr, I pick him up for the 3rd week, doesn't do jack shit. I have a quarterback curse on me, so fuck Derek Carr. Going with the Falcons.
Going with the Falcons.
If you want a
That is-
team to lose,
That is so
if you
topical.
want a team to lose, give me their quarterback in fantasy.
Wait,
I'm
so
telling you right now,
is Derek Carr still on your team?
he is.
Okay, then I'm not gonna.
And I'm
switch my
keeping him
pick.
in to get this free win in Cox and Stocks.
Damn it, because I was gonna switch to the Saints. Let me know when you
Pick
drop
up
him.
Kirko.
Who, me?
Not Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota just drop fantasy and just draft all the quarterbacks.
All the quarterbacks you want to lose. I think you have to play them for them to be,
Oh yeah,
for them to
that's right.
suck.
I guess
I
you
think
can't-
I have to play them because I played Jordan Love first
So-
week, 2 the second week,
So he's on
and
your
then Derek Carr
bench.
third. Who's on my bench right now? Stafford.
Oh, you still have Carr in,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna take him out.
Not right now.
Okay, I'm sticking with
I'm,
that.
like I just said, I'm gonna at least get some dub somewhere, and if that dub is Cox and Stocks, I'm gonna take it.
All right, I'm sticking with the Falcons until I'm gonna be watching your fantasy, and as soon as I see Derek Carr come off, I'm switching to the Saints. The Vikings, big division game here. Matt, one of your teams here, the Vikings, the hot Vikings. It is not cold in Minnesota, as Lil Yachty says. Or is it Lil? That's who it sings that song, right? Lil Yachty?
Yeah.
Whoever. Lil Yachty,
know.
cold in Minnesota. It is hot in Minnesota, and Minnesota is flying to Green Bay, minus 2.5 points for the Packers. And wow, I'm actually not sure what to think of this spread. The Packers are the home team, and they
Is
have
Love
looked.
playing. It's
I-
Love playing.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know if it matters because the Packers
don't-
look good without him.
It's definitely not confirmed. He was practicing notepads last week. But as far as any confirmation, I've not seen. He's not on IR, so
Okay, so he
Um,
will be start. You're right. He will be start practicing limited this week in practice.
yeah. He was at last week too, like for the notepads or whatever.
Mm. So the walkthrough portions.
Like walkthroughs and stuff like that. Yeah, he was there walking around doing all that kind of stuff.
Sam Darnold is questionable. He has a bone bruise. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
he'll
his
play.
MRI came back as the Darnold
Yep.
subreddit said. The MRI was perfect. It was the greatest MRI in America. Matt,
This
how
is a tough one.
I know
No,
where I'm
it's
going,
not.
but I want to hear what Matt
Yeah.
has to say.
Dude, give me the Vikings. I haven't picked them the first
Okay.
3 weeks, so shame on me. I mean they beat the Texans, who are a top 5 team. They beat the 49ers, who we thought were a top 5 team.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I know they were home games. I know you have home field advantage. I get that. They look good though. Offensively, I mean, Darnold and Jefferson seem like have a real good connection. Touchdown in 3 straight weeks. That's free money on FanDuel, by the way. Thanks to our sponsor, Anytime Touchdown.
Yep, we could really use the sponsor, FanDuel.
Aaron Jones is averaging over 5 yards a carry. I like what that team is doing. I mean, they shut down CJ Stroud. Shut him
Yeah.
down. Like more than unlike anything we've seen so far in his, 20 games playing as a NFL QB. I don't see why that can't continue, honestly. Whether Jordan Love and I think if Jordan Love comes back, that might actually hinder them, right? Because now he doesn't have that connection that he may be out of sync, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Getting the rust off him. So give him the Vikings all day.
Matt, let me ask you this. ESPN, like when I get on Instagram, I saw this the other day. They'll post like, here are teams, like, are they pretenders or contenders? And Vikings was one of them before they played the Texans. And the Texans were ruled as contenders, and the Vikings were ruled as pretenders. Now that the
Oh.
Vikings
Yeah, I can see
have
that.
beaten the Texans, do you think the Vikings are contenders? I don't want to say for a Super Bowl, but let's say, could you see the Vikings sneaking into an NFC Championship game?
Ooh.
NFC Championship game, that's asking a lot. I was gonna say like divisional. was being maybe more realistic.
Okay.
Sure. Well, I mean, you are who you are. Who you are with the games you played. So far, 3 weeks in, it's really hard to say Minnesota's not a top 5 team or a top
Yeah.
7 team. I don't think you can make an argument against it, or at least not, fair argument.
All right.
I mean, they're getting key turnovers, timely turnovers. I mean, they're playing collective football, top to bottom, and I think this is a big test on the road. Obviously, in Green Bay,
Mhm.
never an easy place to play, but
Yep.
I mean, Sam Darnold is killing it since he left the Jets, and I think that's just comical. I mean, Sam Darnold is finally playing like the number 1 overall pick, and I think this shows to you why systems and setting matters, right? That's why I'm not out on Bryce Young just because he had a tumultuous start to his career. Sam Darnold probably did the same thing if you want to, nitpick it, and now he's thriving.
Sometimes you just need to go to the right team, right?
Yep. I mean, unfortunately, the best thing that ever happened to Sam Darnold is JJ tearing his meniscus.
Jake, these are two rivals for you up there in the NFC North. Who you taking here? Which rival are you favoring in this game?
This is a big game, and obviously, kind of excluding the. I don't want to exclude the loss, honestly, not really. I mean, Packers right now more or less are 2-0 with Malik Willis. I mean, Matt LaFleur has this guy looking like an absolute baller. It's really ridiculous. Like the first game, okay, run the ball on the Colts, whatever. Everyone's talking about it. But this last game they played, like, he's looking so good, man.
Yeah.
He's looking so good. But that's not to take away from the Vikings either. I mean, I had the Vikings last week. I don't remember if I had them the week or two before. But holy fuck, man. Sam Darnold and JJ just look so good together. This is actually a really tough pick. It's a rivalry game. Someone's got to win it by 3, like you would think.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is going to put like some coach of the year standings right here. Like Matt LaFleur
Yeah.
with Malik Willis and Kevin O'Connell with Sam Darnold. Like 2 more or less thought of as backup quarterbacks, but playing at extremely high levels under these 2 coaches. I'm going to tentatively take the Packers here.
Oh.
This is not a diss against the Vikings at all. I just like the home field advantage at fucking Lombardi Field, whatever the fuck it's called, Lambeau Leap or Lambeau, fucking
Lombardi.
fuck, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. But yeah, this is gonna be an awesome game. If I was the NFL, I'd flex this to a prime time.
I'm
Unfortunately,
actually-
they don't flex until like week 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised it's not a primetime game. I guess they didn't really expect
Yeah,
Sam Darnold and the Vikings to come out here and light it up.
that's all it is. Yeah, that's why.
Dakota, how are you feeling about these two teams?
I don't know, man. I went against the Vikings last week. Lost. I had the Packers last week. Switched last minute, I believe. Lost. So.
Actually, you switched at the very end of Cock and Stocks because you wanted to be spicy.
Oh yeah, one of the Texans.
Yeah.
Like a fucking idiot.
Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
Also,
My bad.
Will Levis is a fucking idiot. We'll get to him, but he's gonna continue to Will Levis, and that is comical. He got clotheslined for a fumble. That is so comical.
I think I'm going to go with the Packers here.
Oh, the Packers. Well, if Jordan Love plays, don't start him.
Yeah, I think if Jordan Love plays, I'll switch to the Vikings. Just because I think Matt makes a fair point. He's just not going to be in sync, at least for this game. If they were going against, let's say, the Jaguars, I mean, he can pick it up
One
halfway
hit
through the
could-
game if anything.
One hit,
but-
he's going right back to that bench.
I'm going with the Vikings. I'm buying
Wow.
into the Darnold. I'm bought in. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. Everybody in the NFL is saying he's the best quarterback. I've seen everybody saying he's the best quarterback. I'm going with the Darnold.
Oh,
I'm going with the Vikings and the Darnold to get the win in Lambeau. Jaguars at the Texans minus 6.5 point. Oh,
Man.
correction,
Nope,
ladies
no,
and gentlemen.
it's
It is
7.
now
Minus
minus
7.
7.
Yeah, makes sense.
Minus 7 now for the Texans. Damn. Matt, 2 division opponents here for you.
Yeah.
Texans get a bad loss on the road against the Vikings, but the Jaguars, holy shit, did they look bad last night. How are you feeling about this game, Matt?
I mean, I think it's fucking comical. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say, T-Law is the first person ever to throw an interception to a dead guy. You know, never been done before. So, NFL record there for him. Congratulations. That can go on your Hall of Very Good
Yep.
or Hall of Not Very Good record. Look, T-Law is 0-9 in his last 9 games, but he got paid. So, you know, hey.
Yep.
Everything I've read on the subreddit, there's an AFC South meme subreddit, and all the Jags fans are in disarray. They're just ready to give up on the season, and I find it so comical. Texans are obviously the better team. The only thing that concerns me with the Texans, and I should have switched, I thought about switching last minute, is Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon didn't play last week against the Vikings. They were one-dimensional, and we saw how that turned out for them.
Uh-huh.
There again, the Jaguars are zero-dimensional. They can't pass or throw. So, I don't know what to go with. 7's a lot.
Yep. So, I mean, Texans are home. Does that give
Yep.
you a little maybe...
No,
maybe
no, not really.
Doug Peter. Some people are saying Doug Peterson's coaching for his job in this game.
I mean, he is, but Doug Peterson always blames other people. If you ever listen to him talk after games, it's never his fault. Mirrors do not exist in his house, so he doesn't know what to look at. I don't like this. This is so stupid. I'm gonna regret it.
Don't. Oh.
Give me the Texans.
Oh.
CJ Stroud is too good not to beat the Jags.
The way you said.
I don't know. I was going to tell that.
I thought you were about to pick the Jaguars.
Yeah,
the way
I
you
Yeah,
know.
said
that's what I
that.
thought, too.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were going with.
Yeah. I'm going with the Texans. Are the rest of you, Jake, Dakota, going with the
Yeah,
Texans as well?
I'm going with the
Yeah,
Texans.
there was a article out there today after the last night's game. Trevor Lawrence officially has a lower career passer rating than Daniel Jones.
Yep, that's
Yep.
true stat. Not just that, not just the quarterback rate. Like almost every stat, Dan Jones is better. And
Yeah. Jaguars shit organization. T-Law's
Yeah.
not looking good. Texans, okay, whatever. You lost the game to Matt LaFleur. Don't worry about it. Get a nice home game.
no, they lost to
Nice-
Sam Darnold. They lost to Sam Darnold.
Oh, sorry, Sam Darnold. Yeah, still, whatever. You know, the Vikings look hot right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
chill out, have a nice home game, beat the fuck out of the probably close to worst team in the NFL.
Apparently, so the owner is Sean Khan, or how do you pronounce
Shad
his
Khan.
first name? Shad Khan. Yeah. So now all the memes are the wrath of Khan is coming. So because supposedly, apparently he is not happy, and he typically he's more reserved, you know, hands off owner, but now he's not.
Yeah.
And he wants answers, and I don't know what you do. One, I think you have to fire the GM. I think drafting Tavon Walker with the first overall pick 3 years ago was a horrendous mistake. That should be a ready fireable offense. He was not a first round grade, and he went number 1 overall when they had Sauce Gardner in that draft. And I mean, they just have issues top to bottom. They have a terrible O-line. Apparently, T-Law has the quickest release this year because he has no time in the pocket. I think that will only get worse as the season goes on. Dumpster fire organizations continue to be dumpster fire organization with third graders and janitors.
Yes, they do. Shad Khan, yeah, I saw the report that he's very upset. And his brother, Tony Khan, owner of AEW, he's not doing too hot either because AEW is fucking trash and it sucks. Anyway, Steelers at Colts. Matt, we're coming right back to you, pal.
I don't want to. Can we not come back to me?
No, we are. This is your team. Colts plus 1.5 at home. The Steelers, Justin Fields, 3-0 for the first time ever. The first time ever he's won 3 games in a row.
Yep.
Justin Fields is coming to Indianapolis. How do you feel that the Colts and AR and JT and the Third Reich, that's not who it is. It's Shane Steichen
Don't
now.
say
The,
that.
the
Don't
SS.
give me that juju.
the
Do
SS.
not give me that juju.
How do you feel like the Colts are going to handle Justin Fields and the Steelers?
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna make my pick first, and then I'll give reasons why. Okay. Okay. So
Colts.
let's just go out of the way now. Give me the Steelers. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
my
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say this now. This game scares me for AR. Okay. So Justin
Oh.
Fields died last week. Essentially, he was sacked like 5 times. He had like 20 quarterback hits. This game honestly scares me for AR. Colts actually had the best pass blocking line in the NFL. But TJ Watt scares me, and I don't want
Yeah.
AR to get injured. So if I was the Colts, I would honestly consider putting Joe Flacco in. And that is a no meme. I'm
Really?
serious.
That would get someone fired so fast.
Hey, man,
Yes, it would.
we want Joe Flacco to get hurt, not you, AR.
I'm just saying this game scares me. Okay, I don't believe in.
You think
putting
there's
it
a
on
chance
you.
out there that AR gets injured for the season?
Hey, I'm not saying that. I'm
He
just
only
saying this
made
game
it 4
scares me.
games last year.
Hey, but so
Oh.
far he has started and finished every game. Okay, so
Whoa.
baby steps.
Wow.
Wow.
That's asking
Hey.
a lot.
That's unheard
That
of.
is not a guaranteed in the NFL nowadays. Okay,
I
so
mean,
I will say,
other quarterbacks do it.
hey, we'll get there.
We're here.
Colts win when they get Jonathan Taylor the ball over 20 times a game. I think the record is like 25-2 when Jonathan Taylor gets the ball more than 20 times, and they did that last week, and it was a win. And we know that's the formula, but I think Shane Steichen is pressing because and I said it last week, he wants to make AR the guy. And AR admitted after the game that apparently he just gets. I don't believe this. I think it's a bullshit excuse. And I like AR. I want him to be the guy. But when you're too careless with the ball and you're out of sync and you just fucking whipping it to whip it, you need to be benched. And I thought he was going to get benched that game. I'm not kidding.
When he threw
His-
the pick in the end zone at 5
I don't care about that
yards-
one. These
Whoa,
second pick was-
really?
Well, that ball was tipped. Like, don't get me wrong, horrendous. Don't throw the ball. Just take the sack. Get the field goal. That's obviously it's the second pick that did it for me. Cross body, wide open Michael Pittman. You don't set your feet. You do this
Yeah.
jumping pass, this Michael Jordan, Air Jordan pass that you don't have to do. Just fucking run 40 yards. There's no one near AR, but Pittman was wide the fuck open, and he was. But AR right now, when you can't accurately pass to wide open people, that is a massive cause for concern. And Colts are scheming up people to get wide open, but AR is like either too hesitant or he's like, oh, he's open, I gotta get him now. But he just rushes and he thinks he has to throw his fucking cannon of an arm 120 miles an hour every time. Well, when you do that and you have bad mechanics, what happens is when your elbow dips, mechanically the ball sails. So when your elbow dips, the ball sails overhead. And that's what he's doing over and over again. So he can't even make 10-yard passes right now. That's not okay. If you can't live with the boom or bust if you're missing more bust than you're hitting the booms. And
Yeah.
Boobs.
even though he
Some say
AR, and I feel confident. Josh Allen and AR are the only people who could throw the ball accurately 70 yards. But the other 40 QBs in the league can throw the ball accurately 10 yards, and AR can't do that.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
boobs.
You got to figure something out. And unfortunately, until they figure that out, I mean, I can't bet the Colts. It just doesn't make sense to, because right now AR is going to have 2 turnovers a game, and especially against the Steelers. He's going to have a strip sack versus TJ Watt. I'm just calling it now. And then he's going to throw 1 or 2 horrendous picks. Again, I love AR. Dakota, I see your hands. We'll get to you in a second. I'm sorry if I'm talking long right here. I love AR. I want him to be the guy. But something's got to give. And I don't know what it is because he was not this inaccurate last year before the injury. And he wasn't this inaccurate in training camp. Like, everything coming out of training camp from the reports, like, dude, this dude is slinging it. Like, he's hitting dude contestedly. He can't even hit. He couldn't even hit water if he fell out of a fucking boat right now. And I
Oh
don't
my
know
gosh.
why.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, Stain Sykin is not going to run Jonathan Taylor out of the under shotgun or under center, even though that's what works. So I don't know why you don't want to do what works. That's incredibly frustrating. And right now, Colts have so many drop passes that I don't know what to make of it. And I think to credit the Steelers, that team is just so defensive minded that they just don't give up anything. They are relentless.
Play some really smart football, too, with Fields.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, credit Fields, he had a bad pick. He didn't see the guy, whatever, but that's his only turnover of the season. He's playing efficient football. I don't think that offense is scary by any means. Like, they're definitely beatable, but they don't give up more than 3 to 7 points, and Colts are not going to win that way. So, like, Steelers, this should be honestly a clean sweep. I'm just being honest. It should be.
Go ahead, Dakota.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers here, but if I read what I read correctly, the Steelers has the #1 rushing defense in the league
Yeah.
right now.
You did.
Yeah, and so like, I mean, the Colts have JT. Okay, JT's a great running back, an amazing running back, but like against the #1 defense, and what
you know
Matt
they're
was
gonna
saying,
scheme up to stop them.
yeah, like they're right now they're probably watching like, hey, stop this fucker.
Yep.
So I think it's an easy pick on the Steelers.
Yep.
Steelers haven't let me down so far this year. I think they've covered every game. Let me look real
They
quick.
have. They
They
have.
have? Yep. Okay. Yep. I'm sticking with the Steelers until some catastrophic happens.
Yeah.
Where you going, Jake?
Steelers here as well. AR he's just not doing it for me, and Sean Steichen's game planning is not what it needs to be. And unfortunately, sorry, Matt, for the Colts. It's just, you know, I feel like I think the first 2 games they covered, I feel like I got lucky with those or whatever, you know, but just can't.
What? I don't understand how someone can be so careless with the ball as a quarterback. That's what really frustrates
Yeah.
me. Like, that first pick, it was tipped. You know, don't get me wrong. He definitely should have thrown it earlier or, you know, just floated out of the back of the end zone. Like, whatever. But, like, time and time again, when you're overthrowing motherfuckers who are wide open, like,
Yeah.
all of us could make a 10-yard pass. That's how wide open the Colts receivers are getting. You have to do that until you can't do that on a consistent basis. Like, unfortunately, there's going to be doubt against you. And that's really, really sad to see because you cannot be at a 50% clip. That's not okay. Like, if you was at like a 58% clip, I could live with it, right? Because at least you're sustaining your drives. But when you're at a 49, 47, 50% clip, you're not sustaining drives, and your defense is on the field for so long. So it's going to be a frustrating year. I mean, Colts still have talent, so they're definitely still going to win games. But covering-wise, man, it's going to be a long season.
Mm-hmm.
Tough. Hey, you know, still got time to think about it. Maybe, who knows? TJ Watt could just be walking to get some ice cream and his Achilles pops. Or he gets
Well, you know, Anthony Richard could just walk, and maybe he can just find some accuracy.
the
Matt,
Rams.
you're not going to get this GM position at Colts if you keep talking shit on them.
By the way, for Cox and Stocks listeners, if you don't know, there was an actual opening on Indeed for the DC position and the GM position. Those are real applications that someone paid to make.
And me, I did apply to both, so we'll hear back.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Oh, let me look at your resume here. Oh, you played 1 game of Madden? Oh, all right.
Hey, I played freshman football,
Tigers for life.
but Tigers.
All right,
Hail
this
Mary every
next
play.
game. This next game, I honestly can't believe this spread. I don't know about you guys.
Is that
What
2.5
the
for the
hell?
Bears?
The-
2.5 for the Bears.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Rams at the Bears minus 2.5 for the Bears. I'm gonna say it
What
right
the
out the gate here.
fuck?
I'm taking the Rams.
Whoa! That's too obvious, though.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
This feels like a track game.
Yeah.
I would. So I'm going to go with the Rams just because I watched Matthew Stafford come back and beat the Niners, who are supposed to be contenders. Who knows? Maybe they're pretenders.
Okay.
And the
they
Niners.
had literally George Kittle, Debo Samuel,
Yep.
Who did the
and,
Rams have?
Christian McCaffrey.
Who did the
out.
Rams have?
I'm just saying, there's a reason why they lost.
The Niners were up by 10 points, or 10 or 14 points with like 8 minutes to go, and they blew that lead.
So was that Stafford or was that the 49ers defense?
I would say it's more on the 49ers defense, but
Oh
how do
my
you
gosh!
How do you get... Shut up. We're not going to do this conversation again. We're not going to do this conversation again. No, I trust Matthew Stafford and the Rams and Sean McVay way more than Matt Eberflus and Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
Give me-
this line feels so weird. Why is it that? Why? There should be
I don't know.
absolutely no reason it's this, and that makes me question.
I
That makes me want to go on the Bears.
really don't understand this spread. I really don't.
Any injuries we're not aware of, might it be?
Not that I know of. Maybe Keenan Allen is coming back, but he's still out. The only thing I could say is Bears have the worst offensive line in the league.
Why is it this? Makes zero sense.
Right now, Keenan Allen is listed as out. Or is this... Oh, this is last week.
Yeah, last week's.
Montez Sweat is hurt. Odunze's hurt.
I don't get this line at all. This doesn't make any sense. This feels like so.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh, I'm supposed to take the Rams here. That's what it feels like.
I mean, the Rams went toe-to-toe with Detroit. It went to
Right.
overtime. They got blown out by the Cardinals, which is they just got blown out. Then they come back down from 10 with 8 minutes left and beat San Fran. Now let's look at
Right.
Chicago. They beat Tennessee. We know who they are now. They
Yeah.
lost to Houston by 6, and then they lost to Indy by 5.
I'm going with the Rams.
I'm going to stupidly go with the Bears here, I guess, because
Wow.
this is. I have literally no
You-
reason other than just because, like,
Vegas
I
must
don't
know
know.
something.
That's Vegas. Vegas knows something. I don't know. That feels so weird. Obviously, everyone should take the Rams. That doesn't make. Matthew Stafford played great. And I mean, he threw some fucking bombs to Cam Akers. Great catches by him.
Tutu Atwell, that fucking catch at
Tutu
the
Atwell
2-yard line or whatever it
looked
was, that
great.
last throw.
Yeah.
49ers obviously should have won that game, but Sean McVay will do Sean McVay things. But this feels so. I'm literally taking the Bears because I don't. That feels so weird to me. If the
Matt,
Bears were underdogs, I'd take the Rams.
yeah. Matt, how you feeling? This is a weird spread, huh?
I mean, Caleb Williams looked pretty bad against the Colts. How is the Rams' defense? I don't know. So it's a genuine question.
Let's look.
They've held up. I don't think there have been any
Let's
blowouts.
see.
Well, the Cardinals, they got blown out.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's true.
So the Rams' defense on average is terrible. They're giving up 425 yards a game.
Jeez.
Wow. That's surprising.
They're giving up 177 rushing yards a game.
Is that
giving up-
any way? Are those averages any way skewed just to the Cardinals game?
They would have to
I
be.
mean, this is the
Not that
average
much,
through
though.
all their games, so yeah,
Well,
probably.
they would
let's-
affect it much more right now than they
It
would in
would
like
3
15
games in,
weeks.
sure.
Let's see what the Cardinals did to him. So look at these rushing yards. Holy fuck! They ran for over 200 yards against them.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray threw for 266.
Right now, through week 8, the Bears are sitting at number 8 for defense.
That's last year, but if you said week 8, we're in week
I'm sorry,
4.
week 3. Week 3.
Oh, okay.
The defense is
Um,
really good.
I have it right here. The Bears defense is ranked 8 overall,
And the Rams is ranked number 32
or ranked
Oh,
8 in
shit.
yards, I should say.
Wow.
for
Damn.
total defense. Let's look at
Right.
passing defense. The Bears is 7.
Pretty good.
The Rams is 29. And then rushing. Where are the Bears? The Bears is 17 for rushing. And the Rams is 30.
All right, you guys are all taking the Rams next game.
Fuck.
Who you going with, Matt?
Give me the Bears.
Oh
yeah.
man.
At some point, Caleb Williams has to get a fucking win.
He did.
He's got one.
But no. His defense
want a
and special
decisive
team has one. His defense and defense.
Are you saying Williams played just good enough to secure a win?
No. He had 90
Oh.
passing yards in that week 1 game. No.
So he
That
should
was
have
just
played
enough for a win.
better. The quarterback should have played better.
Yes.
All they needed was 90 passing yards to win the game.
Yeah, because Will Levis is a fucking retard. When you purposely toss it to the other team on your knees.
Twice.
Yes.
In back-to-back weeks.
And then 3 times, actually. I mean, you get clotheslines.
Yeah, that spread is very surprising. That'll be a game we have to watch this weekend.
Yeah.
The Eagles at the Bucks plus 2.5 points for the Bucks. Jake, the Georgia Eagles going down to Tampa. How do you
Yeah.
feel about Jalen Hurts and the Georgia Eagles?
Honestly, dude, the Eagles look bad, man. They look so bad. The only good thing going for them is Saquon, which is I hurts to say because I said he was washed up, and
looks phenomenal
he
this
looks he's the only good thing that's going for that offense
Yeah.
right now. The complete opposite of what I thought was going to happen. Now I've been a Jalen Hurts hater for a while. I think that guy looks confusing. Everyone loves my Jalen Hurts impression. I do. AJ Brown's
Oh,
still
yeah.
out. Devontae Smith, I think that was the game we got his shit rocked, right? He's
Oh,
really
yeah.
confused.
Oh, yeah.
He's likely out.
So I'm gonna take the Bucks here, coming off of a bad loss. Whatever, wipe it off your shoulder. Have a fun game against the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I'm not making this too complicated. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah,
They have no offensive
Eagles
weapons.
defense looks bad too.
Yeah, I mean, and really the whole team looked bad. If it wasn't, they had 3 turnovers, a block punt, just terrible
Yep.
mistakes. If it wasn't for Saquon, 1, ripping off the 65-yarder, and 2,
Yep.
Saints players not running into each other
Exactly.
on 3rd and 20,
Yep.
fucking retards.
Yep.
It's not a Saints win that game. I mean, that's just
Yep.
call it what it is.
Yep.
Give me the Bucks.
Dakota, how you feeling?
I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm going with the Eagles.
Oh.
Because well, 1, Bucks are ranked number 25 for rushing defense. 2, you guys are forgetting Goddard, the tight end for
Yeah,
the
but-
Eagles.
Okay,
Goddard.
but
Yes.
why did he do so good last week?
Well, I mean,
Because
AJ
the Saints
was out.
players ran into each other.
Literally.
Okay, well,
3 people.
Hey,
you want me to switch to the Bucks?
ran
Jake?
Don't
into
talk
each
him
other.
out of it.
You want me to
I'm
switch to
just
the Bucks?
saying. Well, I mean, if
I'm
you're gonna
sticking
pick
with
the Eagles, have
That's
a
my
have a list.
that is my gut right there. I'm going with the Eagles.
Well,
I think Barkley will do what Barkley does.
I'm gonna tell Jake and Matt here. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I like the Bucks here, but Dakota, oh, okay, little sleepy
Well,
pick
I've
here.
been riding the Eagles for a while now, for last couple of years, but just because of fantasy. So
Hey, maybe Barkley pops off and has another 3-touchdown game like he
Is
did
that
against
10
the
fucking
Packers.
points for the next game?
it is.
Yeah, this is yep.
Okay, just give me the Patriots.
Patriots
I'm
at
just saying that now.
Patriots at 49ers minus 10 points for the 49ers. And Matt, you want the Patriots right off the rip. Why is that, pal?
Assuming everyone is still out for the Niners, yes. 10 points to the fuck out. I
even
don't care
with-
that you're going across.
Even with everybody out, you want the Patriots.
You're
Because
talking about for the
everyone is out.
Niners.
Or, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That is so many fucking points.
Matt's saying because the Niners have a billion people out, he wants the Pats.
Right.
Yeah. That's not a surprising take, but I can't unsee what I saw from the Niners the other day. They looked actually really good. They were up 14-0 against the Rams before everything kind of exploded.
Good, yeah.
Juwan Jennings looked absolutely amazing. I think they'll probably
Three
go back
touchdowns.
to a little. Yeah, I think they'll go back to a little bit more of a run-heavy game. I think they were passing quite a bit yesterday and kind of fucked them up. They did not. It didn't seem like they used their running back. I forget his name,
Mason.
Moody or whatever.
Mason, yeah.
As much as they did in the previous games. And Pats just aren't doing it for me right now. I get that they've had this kind of rough and tough mentality, but the first time they went against a good team, they got their fucking dicks blown off.
For sure.
So, give me the fucking Niners here. I like what I saw yesterday. I mean, I was scared. I was saying last game, I was like, man, I picked the Rams because I thought Sean McVay would do this, but they came back and won. But that's not to say 49ers are not looking extremely good.
Dakota,
I
how
want
do
to
you
hear from you, Ryan. I want to
Oh,
hear
you
from
wanna
you
hear
since you're a
from me?
49 hater.
I hate the 49ers. I'm thinking about tailing Matt here. I've been kind of riding the Patriots defense except for last week. I like the Patriots defense, and I just love watching the Niners fail. And when they have a lead like that and they blow it like that to the Rams, I mean, I feel like something must be going on there. I will say, though, I think the Niners did play good. Brock Purdy, he had 8 incompletions, and 6 of them were dropped passes.
Yeah, it's crazy
So,
good.
he did play very well. But I'm gonna go with the Patriots here for now. They are on the road here in San Fran. They got to fly all the way across the country. I think the Patriots do play efficient football, just like the Steelers. They don't chuck it down the field. They just need to. We're just gonna dink and dunk, get a first down, run a little bit. If we end up with a field goal, that's fine. And our defense will hopefully bail us out in the red zone or bail us out. They'll get a third down stop. And Niners missing all those people, all those key players like McCaffrey, Debo, everyone. And Ayuk, what the fuck is he even doing?
Nothing. He's doing Jack Diddley.
He hasn't done anything
done.
all year. Yeah,
He's done, dude.
He hasn't done anything all year, so I'll go with the Patriots here.
I'm gonna tell you and Matt.
Ooh, I
Especially
love-
if,
I love it.
especially if Jake. If
10
Jake
points is just
thinks,
so much.
If Jake thinks that the 49ers are gonna run it more this week, the Patriots has a great running defense.
Yeah, I'm just thinking they're going to run it a little bit more than they did last week because we saw what happened when they kept throwing. The
Yeah,
Rams
and
were able to
also
come back and win.
if you're part of the Patriots organization, you're gonna look at what the 49ers did to Jennings and be like, hey, cover that fucker.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected
No, they
Jennings
probably
to
didn't
have.
expect that to happen.
Let me look at his stats.
They're
He
probably
had-
expecting
He
Ayuk
had
to
3
get the ball.
tutties. 178 and 3 tutties.
They were probably expecting Ayuk to get the ball, and
Yeah, he had 11 catches, 175 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Ayuk had 5 catches, and he didn't even have 50 yards. I will say here, the Niners last week, they did spread it. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different people catch the ball. So maybe they'll spread it around on the Patriots. But yeah, 10 points is too much for me when they're missing all their key players. All right, the Commanders coming off
hold on 1 second there, Ryan.
Oh, yep.
Quick sideline here. Nick just offered me, or is willing to offer me, Hurts, so that may change the Eagles-Bucks game for me.
Oh.
So,
Well, we'll have to follow up with that if you make that trade.
yep.
I would not
Alright.
pick Hurts. I don't care.
Alright,
Do
so
not
I'd
do
rather
that.
have Carr right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm asking him who he wants. So,
The Commanders at the Cardinals, minus 3.5 points for the
Jeez.
Cardinals, and the Commanders look damn
You go
good
first,
last
Brian.
night.
You got it. You take it away.
Me? Okay. I'm going with a team that starts with C.
he's going to go with the Commanders.
You have to.
Hey, quick question, Matt. Is Austin Eckler going to be out?
Most
think
likely
so.
he will be. He had a bad concussion, is what I saw.
Oh, they said concussion. I didn't know they
Yeah.
said concussion. Yeah.
I think it was.
Then I would
I
say
think
he
I
was
heard that
likely
on the
out.
radio. Yeah, he had a
Okay.
concussion. I'm buying into the Jaden Daniels hype, so I am gonna go with the. Oh, not the Commanders. The Commanders. Give me the Commanders here on the road. They look really good. Arizona is playing good football. They do look pretty good. Kyler Murray is doing his thing, running around out there like a little toddler. He has a knife and scissors in his hand, and the parents trying to catch him, and they can't. Trying to stick a fork in an outlet, and they just can't stop him from doing it. But I think the Cardinals had a good chance to beat Detroit last week. I think they should have beat Detroit last week.
Just stupid mistakes.
But just something about this Commanders team, I'm rocking with them. I think
Now,
Daniels should have been the
sorry.
number 1 overall pick in this past draft over Caleb Williams. But yeah,
It's
give me
been
the
3 games.
Commanders.
I know it's early, but I wanted to ask you:
Yep. Saw this coming.
is Jaden Daniels what AR is supposed to be?
See, I knew that was coming, and I already have an answer for you. I already have it one in the chamber.
Okay.
You know the difference between AR and Daniels is?
Heisman Trophy.
One doesn't throw picks, or
Well, okay, so 2 things. All right, fair enough.
one throws 50-yard passes to Scary Terry.
Okay, so well, that's not
While
fair.
he's
It's close to the
covered.
Same thing. Yeah, close to the same thing. So I don't care about that one.
Oh,
Oh,
Jaden Daniels played 5 years of collegiate football. 5. He played like 58 games, some shit like that. That's a fuck ton of football in college. Okay. Well, his freshman year, through up his junior year before he went to LSU, he was inaccurate. He was dicey, sporadic, some would say. Went to LSU, got a little more under control, and then this last year at LSU, then he popped off, won the Heisman. Okay. He is also older than AR. AR had played, I think it was like 10 games, 12 games in college. So 12 games compared to 58 games, okay? That is a difference maker right there. AR is still the youngest quarterback in the league, even though this is his second year. He is, and I said every week, entirely raw. And he has the ability to be like Jane Daniels. I think he does, right? Because he's never had this mechanical fall before. And he's reading defense as well. He's just not hitting open people. So assuming he can actually just hit the broadside of a boat or the barn, whatever the expression is, he'll be fine. So I think Daniels is not a fair one-on-one comp. I think a better one-on-one comp for Jane Daniels is Lamar Jackson. I think they play way more
Yeah.
similar than what AR. AR is the black version of Josh Allen. Okay,
Whoa.
big
well,
freak
oh.
athletes. Okay, that's just where it is. Josh Allen, as you guys remember, Josh Allen for the first 2 years of his career, super inaccurate, relied on his talent. Third year is when he finally turned around, and that's when they made the deep playoff run. Uh-oh. Something was said.
I think Dakota's getting some water. We'll come back to him.
Yeah, we'll come back. TV timeout. So, no, I don't think that's what AR is supposed to be like Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels, hey, hats off. I did not think he was going to adjust to the NFL speed this quickly. But I knew you were going to ask that question. That's why I already had it prepared.
Jaden Daniels
Good
is fucking
time.
shit hot.
Yeah, again, he's played 58 games in college. AR played 11, 12. Not the same.
So all that to be
And-
said, Matt, who do you like?
What do you mean? Oh, for this game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, give me the commies.
Oh.
I will say, I love watching Kyler Murray scramble. I just don't know what happened with the Detroit game. That was incredibly frustrating to watch. I'm not even a Cardinals fan. His poor defense, I guess. Pish posh defense at the. I don't fucking know. The 3rd and long, 3rd and 12, and fucking Amon Ra gets 17 yards on that 3rd down. Gotta have it. I don't know how it gets open, and then the very next one you just let Jared Goff run 10 yards for a first down. White boy, like
Goof.
what? Just frustrating football.
Jared Ice. This is a super tough one for me because like I'm like a pseudo Cardinals lover because for some reason I just always pick them to cover. I didn't last week obviously because I knew the Lions were gonna fucking win the game by 7. Everyone knew that. That's also obviously a meme. I didn't get any laughs, but I don't know, man. I wish I kind of didn't watch last week's game because it's hindering my decision, or the Commanders game yesterday because it's like hindering my decision right now.
He missed 2 passes.
I know he looks so ridiculously good, and it really is. And I picked Ryan brought it up to me. I picked the Commanders to win that division. I didn't. I forgot.
I know. I saw that.
I forgot about that. Oh fucking shit, dude! Give me the Cardinals. I might switch this
Wow.
pick. I might switch this pick. I wish I didn't watch the Commanders game yesterday. If the
it
Commanders
ruins
game
it for me.
yesterday. Oh, it's crazy because I love the Cardinals with Marvin Harrison Jr. Dude, he looks so good.
He does.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the Cardinals here. I don't feel good about it. I'm thinking the Commanders game yesterday. I mean, you're going against a shitty Bengals. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'll stick with the Cardinals here. In the spirit of making games spicy.
Fair enough. Fair
We
enough.
always appreciate it.
Dakota, how do you like this game?
I'm gonna go with what I should have stuck with last week, and that's gonna be the Commanders. Jake called us in the Discord collectively pussies, and I said not me, and switched to the Bengals. I should have been a pussy. So, I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
Good pick. Good pick.
If I'm being honest, I just don't know anything about the Cardinals.
Which is
I actually don't think I've watched any of their games this year.
You should. They're fucking fun.
I think whenever they're on, I'm doing something else. And that might be a mistake, but I'm gonna go with the Commanders. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the next one, Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs at Chargers. Dakota's
And you know what?
taking
I'm
the
gonna
Chiefs.
I'm gonna pop a fucking Zen.
Oh, he's
for this
popping
one.
Is
Johnny-
that 8.5?
That's 8.5.
8.5
Yeah, give me the
points.
Chiefs.
Minus 8.5.
Oh.
Hold on. Wow.
Whoa!
Oh,
what?
shit, I'm typing
Oh,
8.5.
hold the phone!
Yeah, hold
Where
on.
are my Herbert lines? Can we
Herbert's
speak
not
up?
playing. He's not gonna play.
What?
I have
Oh
Okay,
my
I have to-
God!
I have to pee so
Say
you
he
guys
was
argue.
playing. Who are you picking?
Well, it wouldn't be.
What?
I mean, if it was still 8.5, I'd pick Herbert and the Chargers. 8.5 is a fuck ton of points.
It is.
Here's the thing with the Chiefs. Is Mahomes. This is what's crazy about the Chiefs right now. And this goes from everything to the water boy to the owner. Is they are playing bad football.
Yeah.
But they are winning. They are 3-0. That's insane. And even if the Falcons would have scored a touchdown on the DPI, they're still winning that game. And it's unfortunate for anyone going up against them because holy fuck, man, the Chiefs can literally do everything wrong and not play well and still win game. So yeah, I'm always gonna go with the Chiefs here. Who's the backup for the Chargers?
Chase Daniels.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
He's a former backup for the Chiefs. Chase Daniels is the one that drove 99 yards in that one playoff game when Mahomes got injured.
I
That
thought
was
it
what,
was
2 years
Chad
ago?
Henne.
I thought it was Chase Daniels. Okay.
I think it was
Fuck
Chad
you.
Henne that did that.
Oh.
I'm back. Sorry, I had to pee. What's everyone going here?
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Yeah, give me the Chargers. Woo! Give me the Chargers. I'm not gonna say.
What?
I'm not saying anything good about Herbert. Just give me the Chargers. I'm
Well,
doing
he's
it.
not playing anyways because my bold prediction's probably coming true.
Well, I'm doing it out of spite. Give me the Chargers at home plus 8.5.
Oh, man.
Browns at the Raiders plus 1.5 points for the Raiders. Kind of a
Wow.
nothing game, but it's kind of a tough one to pick.
Raiders? Question mark.
I'm going with
I'm gonna put
Raiders.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
feeling the Raiders here. We all like the Raiders?
This is a nothing game.
Yeah, it's a little. Oh, what the
Nothing.
hell?
Oh, Ryan.
I will.
I don't know what happened
Don't
there.
care about that game.
Here
Now
we
this
go.
game.
Ooh.
This is a big game, and the line
Ooh.
is moved. The line is moved. It's Bills at Ravens. It was minus 1.5 for the Ravens. It's now minus 2.5 for the Ravens.
Whoa! What happened?
Minus 2.5 for the Ravens.
Minus 2.5 for the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. And Josh Allen, he's getting the primetime treatment. He had Thursday Night Football, he had Monday Night Football, and now he has Sunday Night Football. Jake, you got Josh Allen on your fantasy. How do you feel about him going to Baltimore as 2.5-point underdogs?
Honestly, dude, I like it. Bills look really good right now. Like
Yeah.
almost unstoppable good. They
Yep.
are playing amazing football. Josh Allen's playing fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't. Does he have any picks? He must have one, right?
I has a 1.
Allen.
I have no idea.
Box score. Let me see here. Josh Allen stats.
Oh, why you look that up? Ryan,
Uh,
today is Jesse Pinkman's birthday.
Oh. like
he
the
has
actual-
0 interceptions right now. He is playing really, really good. Out of his 3 games, passer rating 137, 107, 142.
A lot of people saying
He
he's
is-
MVP.
He's
leading
playing
the race.
lockdown football.
Yeah.
Again, these are against some teams that are kind of on a week-to-week basis. It seems Jacksonville, obviously, shit. Miami, they had that game won anyways before Tua fucking killed himself. And Arizona,
Rest in
they
peace.
looked good against the Bills, but they still come out with a win. I like the Bills here, man, and I mean that's not to take away from the Ravens, but the Ravens have kind of a same problem as the Lions right now. They just can't seem to like close out games, and that's what's kind of scary. And if you put Josh Allen, dude, honestly, it's really hard to pick. Like Josh Allen is so good. He
Yep.
is so good. And I think if
Dog.
he just had like, I think it's literally like, if he had like 10 more football IQ, I think you could put him up there with like Mahomes. That's how good he is. So I'm taking the Bills here. This is not a diss against the Ravens though. It's just they can't seem to close out games. And Lamar just has some accuracy issues I'm not a fan of. It's a tough line though. Very tough
Yeah.
line.
I'm cool. I'll go next. I'm comfortable with it. Give me the Bills.
Ooh.
I like the Bills. I like Josh
Wait.
Allen. I wish I
I-
didn't, but I love Josh Allen. Like I said earlier, he's a white version of AR. So if I root for Josh Allen, I'm hoping this is what AR can become. That's what this means. Putting that out in the universe. I don't know why you guys are laughing about it.
I don't know why they're laughing either. I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't understand the.
Is
It's not
it
a
just because
meme.
Ryan said race or something?
I didn't say
I-
anything.
Am I
No, you
pronouncing
said
something
race.
wrong?
No, you're all good,
Yeah,
Matt.
you're good. Go ahead.
They just look so efficient. James Cook is the lead back. I just think it's comical that
Dude,
you
James
lose
Cook is
Stephon
cooking.
Diggs, you lose Stephon Diggs, and you lose Gabe Davis, and you're better with no.
Which is what I was
receivers.
saying.
Yeah. I thought
I
they
was
were going to
wondering
get
as-
worse because of their defense.
Yeah.
They
Ryan, how do you
lost
feel about your
everybody.
bold prediction?
Oh, that's shot. It's shot. Like, that is not unless Josh Allen like blows out his Achilles and his ACL at the same time, the
Right.
Bills are winning this division. Like, I thought,
Yeah.
because I wasn't worried that they lost Stephon Diggs. I was worried about their defense, but apparently
Yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter when their defense is playing well and Josh Allen goes out there and throws 3 or 4 touchdowns a game.
Well, I think it's just now, and we've said before, we'll say it every week until proven otherwise, at least. Josh Allen is no longer fucking baby feeding Stephon Diggs to get him his targets and his yardage. He's not forcing the ball to one player, otherwise he'll pout.
Did you
And
see
so
what
I guess-
Yeah. Did you see what he said? He was like, "It's just nice to be on a team where
Yep.
everybody's not worried about their stats or whatever."
Yeah, you knew who took shots at Stephon.
Yeah.
I mean, and to be fair, that team was a legit Super Bowl team if Stephon Diggs had a little more humility. But you know what? I don't need 100. I don't need 150 targets a season. I'm cool with just 120. Let's spread the ball around a little bit.
Right.
And so that will always be what could have been situation. But Stephon Diggs can't get out of his own way. I mean, shit. He wants to be force fed with the Texans, even though they have Nico, and Nico's a better receiver at this stage of his career.
Right.
So we'll see how that translates with the Texans. But until then, Bills just look top to bottom such a good team.
Yeah. It's actually
And again,
crazy.
I just think the Ravens are, and maybe it's not a fair criticism, but they rely so much on the run game with Henry and Lamar. Is what happens when they don't have that and they have to rely on
Right.
the pass. It's a big question mark that it really hasn't been answered. I guess you could kind of look at that Chiefs game because Derrick Henry didn't run well, but Lamar ran for 116, so
Yeah.
it's hard to say.
This right now I'm going with the Ravens.
I like it.
I'm going with the Ravens for now. But this is a game that, to me, depending on how the earlier games go, that I might switch to the Bills. Like, if I'm shitting the bed in Cox
Fair.
and Stocks, I'm going to switch to the Bills just to, like, we either all get a win or we all lose together. But for now, I'm going with the Ravens. And that's the only reason why.
More than fair.
Yeah. How you feeling, Dakota?
I'm going with the Bills.
Wow.
I like James Cook so much. He's done nothing but give me points in fantasy. So
Well, I just like Josh Allen. Josh Allen just looks like a big teddy bear. Like, he looks like a chill dude. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't take himself too seriously. All team guy. Doesn't fuck his girlfriend without a condom anymore, it seems
Yep.
like.
Yep. He's finally. I was about to say that he's finally using protection.
AR didn't use protection because he got his wife pregnant, so maybe that's why maybe that's why, newborn babies
Yeah.
not sleeping throughout the night. Maybe that's what's leading to his inaccuracies.
He's got other
Hey.
things to think about.
audience members, if you're hearing this, Matt and Ryan, they approved the use of condoms.
Actually, I don't
No.
approve of sex at all before marriage. Just putting that out there. While on record.
Okay, what if you're married and use condoms?
No, you should not use condoms. That is a
Matt's
form
saying nut on her
of-
face. Let's go to the Titans Dolphins.
Titans, Titans at Dolphins. The first of our 2 Monday Night Football games, and the first one is a nothing game. That's for
This is
damn
fuck-
sure.
fuck- What the fuck? That is
Titans.
so stupid.
Titans at Dolphins plus 1.5 points for the Dolphins.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go for the Dolphins here.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell Dakota. I am fed.
Whoa.
I am fed
Yeah.
up with these Titans. I'm
Said,
fed. I'm
yeah,
done.
I
with
said it
them.
last week. I said it last week, on my shit list. Give me the fucking
I was gonna
Dolphins.
pick the Titans, but fuck me.
Oh,
Hey, Matt, you're down by
Yes.
1 overall. So
Hold on, why are you guys picking the Dolphins?
No, I don't fucking.
I
no.
don't trust the Titans.
I watched Titans. I fucking picked them to cover. I think almost every week, and like they always score. They'll score points and they just fucking shit the bed. No, fuck Will Levis. Fuck the Titans. I don't even remember who they played last week. I watched them. I was like, this is so stupid.
It was the
The
Packers. They ran all
Get you a
over
pick
them.
six.
Oh yeah, no, fuck no, hell no.
But like, you think that the third string for the Dolphins can win?
Yes.
If the Titans can't stop Malik Willis and fucking Josh Jacobs, they're not gonna stop Tyreek Hill.
Yep. I Matt, why do you like the Titans? Like,
Oh, I don't. They fucking suck ass. I fucking hate Will Levis.
but you like him more than the third stringers on the Dolphins.
Only because it's the third string. If it were Skyler, I'd pick the Dolphins all day long, no question.
So he's
Well-
confirmed not playing.
I mean, it's a chest injury. I don't know.
Matt, a
Let's
quick
see.
question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Replacements?
And I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know.
It's a football movie starring Keanu Reeves. Great movie, by the way, for anybody who hasn't seen it out there.
Oh, wait, is
Um,
that when he's a quarterback, Keanu Reeves?
Yep.
Yes.
And the entire team is I don't know about the entire team, but basically the starters are what is it called? They're on strike. To get paid more or some shit like that. And so I don't know it was some fucking made up team. Hire some guys to be replacements. And they bring them to the playoffs. So that third stringer, that could be Keanu Reeves.
Ooh.
Think about it that way.
Okay, so apparently it's a rib injury for Skyler, and he's questionable, but they'll have a better diagnosis later on this week. So right now, give me Skylar Thompson, because he's not ruled out. So give me the Dolphins, actually.
Oh, all
Look
right.
at that. Me using a movie to
That's good
But
analysis.
Matt.
I will say, if Skyler is out, I will be switching to the Titans.
Fair enough.
Now, the game of the week. This is good.
This is a good game. My Seattle Seahawks at Jake's Detroit Lions. And while we've been doing Cox and Stocks, the spread went from -4.5 for the Lions to -3.5 for the
Oh,
Lions.
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
-3.5 for the Lions. Jake, I'm very much looking forward to this matchup. The Lions are the
Yes.
home team here in this game, so I will pass it to you first, sir. Go ahead.
Obviously taking the Lions. I know the history between the teams. I know you guys have beat us like 8 times in a fucking row or whatever. I got it. But obviously Lions are a stupid pick. If you were smart, you'd probably choose the Seahawks. I get it. Totally understand. What has been my criticism with the Lions? And let me help you make your Seahawks pick, actually. What has been my
Okay.
criticism with the Lions?
Defense.
The
second
secondary.
half, can't stop anyone.
Their second half fucking performance. And yeah, their defense. Mainly their second half performance. How many points off the top of your head do you think they've scored in the fourth quarter this season?
The Lions?
Yeah.
So how many have they scored in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Like on offense?
Just in general.
Let me think. Who'd they play week 1? They played the
Rams.
Rams.
And then they played who?
Bucks.
Whoever we
Bucks,
lost to, the
Yeah.
Bucks,
Bucks.
And
and then the
last
Cardinals.
I'm in the fourth quarter, I'm going to say probably like 3,
I was gonna
Okay,
say
7.
10 max.
Okay, I was hoping you guys would say like, oh, maybe like a touchdown a game, maybe 21 point. Okay,
No.
yes, it's 3. They scored 3 points in the fourth quarter, and that was in the first game against the Rams.
Oh.
We have not scored in the fourth quarter in the last 2
Damn.
games. It is absolutely unacceptable. I don't know what happens between the fucking going into the locker room at halftime and exiting. But something happens in there, and we just don't score in the second half. And that scares me. Such a weird phenomenon. I will say Lions look good. Don't like Jared Goff. I think he's fucking stupid. But yeah, the Lions are a stupid pick here. Honestly, they really are. I would take the Seahawks just strictly due to pattern and history.
Well, I will go next, obviously, and I am going to take the
Obviously.
Seahawks. But let me make the Lions pick for you.
Oh,
Hey, I like this.
Our offensive line is just horrible. Once
Gina's
again,
retarded. That table pick.
I'm not even talking about the pick. I'm talking about our offensive line. Our offensive line is just terrible. I think we're missing 2 starters now. And if Aiden Hutchinson can get around this beat-up offensive line, he is going to feast on Geno. The thing I'm hoping for is that our defense is looking good, and I know the Lions love to run the ball. I'm hoping Mike McDonald can do something to slow down that run game. I think the Seahawks, though, hopefully, and this is what they've done over, I don't care that they've won the last 8 games or whatever it is, but at least last year, it was the same thing that they did. They just aired it out in that Detroit secondary, and I hope they do it again this game. But if the Lions defense can get to Geno and shut down our run game, I don't think K9 is playing again, so we have our backup running back in. If they can shut down the run game, if they can shut down Geno and just get pressure on him, I think this game, honestly, I almost did actually pick the Lions here because I'm scared that Geno's just going to get so much pressure in his face. He's going to get overwhelmed, and he's going to throw stupid picks. And if the Seahawks get behind, we haven't seen the Seahawks play behind yet this year, so I don't know under a new coach if the Seahawks get down by like 10 points, 14 points, how they're going to make that adjustment to see.
That's a fair question.
Like how do they react when they're losing? Like we were down like 7 to the Patriots or whatever in week 2, and that game went to overtime, whatever. But like if they're down bad, like 14 points, then it'll be I'd be interested. And
Breaking news for the Seahawks.
Oh.
Seahawks hosted offensive tackle Jason Peters on a free agent visit. Some fucking old-ass fucker, 42 years old.
Yeah, he's like
old,
42 years old.
Played 8
them
games
last
with
year,
Seattle
too.
last year.
Yep.
See, I mean, you're gonna bring in some 42-year-old guy. Like, I mean,
Please!
like, I don't know. And it's a primetime game, Seattle's first primetime game of the year. It's on the road. I think the game we played last year was also in Detroit. I think this will be a high-scoring game. I think the game, actually, let me look. Last year, didn't we win by 3 points also?
I don't remember.
Something like that.
I think it's also relatively the same teams for the most part.
Yeah, it's more or less the same fucking teams.
But the new coaching, let's see. Okay, so last year it went to overtime and we won by 6. And the game prior to that in 2022, the game look at these scores, dude. 37-31.
I remember the
48-45.
48-40 game.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
I think these will be high-scoring games. I think if Aiden Hutchinson can get to Geno, the game's over. But I think if Geno can air it out against Detroit's secondary, we're going to score a lot of points. I'm curious to see if the Lions will score a lot of points against us now that Mike McDonald, the DC for the Ravens, is now our head coach. Very curious to see what happens in this game, if this will be another high-scoring game or if it'll be something like this down here, like 28-24 or 9-6. Like, very, very curious. But yeah, give me the Hawks plus 3.5 on the road here. Matt, how you going?
I'm not actually going anywhere.
No, I said how you going.
But, yeah, right. Yeah, again, I'm not going anywhere. Well, I might go to the gym tonight, actually. I don't like this spread at all. I'm so torn. This is definitely going to be a last-minute switch. I feel it in my bones.
You like the Seahawks. You said it'd be your team.
I do. I know.
I
know.
You can't tell me you're taking the Lions. You can't do that.
I don't want to take the line. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. See Pope?
Nope. Like at their peaks, Lions are probably the better team at their peaks.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know who has more valleys. That's only that. Like it seems like Seattle just stopped playing football in the second half last week versus the Dolphins because they knew they had it in the bag. And maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Graham, but that's kind of the vibe I got. They just stopped trying.
I mean, I got that vibe too, but I also at the same time watching Seahawks. Like every time the second half turns on, it's like, oh fuck, please, man, Just fucking win the game. Just score another touchdown to at least close it out.
But they didn't. Like they just like, man, we don't
Right.
really care.
That's what worries me is because it's like,
Yeah.
we don't care. Like, obviously we're gonna win, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, they scored. Oh fuck, we have to try now. Oh fuck.
Right.
And then there's 2 minutes on the clock, and you have to hit it. You have to have Russell Wilson go down there again and hit another fourth quarter game-winning drive again. Like,
And like DK's been solid, but I mean nothing against DK. It's just right now it seems like he's more relying on that home run ball than ever. That's typically, I mean, that's usually never been his
Yeah.
forte. That 70-yard bomb.
one thing that I
Um,
do really like with Mike McDonald is so far through 3 games is he seems to really spread the ball out a lot more between
Yeah,
Lockett,
yep.
DK, and JSN. Like, it just felt like under Pete Carroll the last 2 years, it was like it was DK or Lockett, and it was nothing.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
but like
No Bobo. That's surprising. You haven't got him on the
Yeah.
field. It seems like.
Yeah, McDonald's at least he's getting Noah Fant in there. He's
Yep,
doing
yep.
some screen stuff to Charbonnet and K9. Like he's at least switching it up a little bit. I hope Seattle just doesn't fall into some tendency where they just give up in
Yeah.
the second half.
So I'm gonna do the Lions.
Oh my
I just
god.
that offense just scares me with Williams, Amon Ra, Gibbies, and
Montgomery,
Montgomery. Thank you.
Laporta,
Yeah. Yep. And Laporta hasn't done
Jamison
anything this year yet.
Williams.
He hasn't done anything yet.
Williams has done the most, right behind
No,
Montgomery.
Laporta.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah. What I'm saying is Williams, who's like our number 2,
Yes.
has
yes,
done the most behind
Yes.
Montgomery.
Yes. And you guys have a great offensive line, 3 studded, offensive linemen. And then that team is still, I mean, we say it every week and we'll continue to say it. That team is built to win now. And 3.5, I mean, that's almost disrespectful to the Lions.
It was
He
4.5
close.
that dropped.
Right. 4.5, I'd probably go Seattle, honestly. But that 3.5 just, teeters, just that seesaw. And like you mentioned, Ryan, it's more so like what I've seen from the Lions and less from what I've seen from Seattle because of they haven't really fought outside of
Yep.
the Patriots. It's never been this up and down, back and forth battle against a
Right.
top 10 team, top 5 team.
Oh yeah, this is Seattle's first test this year to see
Yeah.
if they're true. Like Seattle's 3-0. If they can get to 4-0, beating the Lions,
Oh.
then I think it's time to be like, all right, we need to
Yep.
put some respect on Seattle now.
For sure. And
Yeah, I
Gino
agree.
was fucking retarded. Just that pick should have been a pick 6. You guys got lucky it wasn't.
Yeah,
When he threw it, when
That
he got the safety essentially play,
yeah.
like I don't understand the recklessness of that.
That I mean,
Um,
I feel like that's such an anomaly though. Like it's just
It is.
because he hasn't
You're
done.
right.
It's not like that's a. Oh, let's see how
Carson
Gino
Wentz,
fucks it up
Will
this week.
Levis.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's not like you're expecting him to fuck it up that badly. It was just kind of a. I chalk it up to a one-off thing. Like
That's fair.
it just he fucked up on that play. He did, but it's not a regular occurrence.
That's fair.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
Going with the Seahawks here.
Woo!
Oh!
Seahawks!
Boo.
I think this will honestly depend on how I'm doing the rest of the week. If I'm down bad, I think I might make the switch to the Lions.
Oh,
But I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
hey.
I fuck with it.
So, and hopefully Ryan fucking puts DK Metcalf in
He's
for
already in.
fantasy.
He's already
Thank
in.
God.
He's
I mean, not
already
that
in.
it would have made a difference week 3, but still.
No, I
like,
lost by like 50.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. That's really all I have to say about it. And I think this is a good point to wrap up.
Let's do a quick recap. Thursday night football, the Cowboys at the Giants. We're all on the Cowboys except Jake. He's taking the Giants. Bengals at Panthers. We all like the Red Rocket in Carolina. Broncos at Jets. We're all going with the Jets except Dakota. We all like the Falcons hosting the Saints. We're even split on the Vikings at Packers. Matt and myself on the Vikings, Jake and Dakota the Packers. We all like the Texans. We all like the Steelers. Matt and Jake are on the Bears over me and Dakota on the Rams. We're all on the Bucks except Dakota. He's taking the Eagles. We're all on the Patriots except Jake. He's taking the Niners. We're all on the Commanders except Jake again. He's taking the Cardinals. We're all on the Chiefs except me. I'm taking Sherbert, who's probably not playing. We're all on the Raiders over the Browns. We're all on the Bills except me, who's going with the Ravens. And we all like the Dolphins, and we're split again. Matt and Jake on the Lions, myself and Dakota on the Seahawks.
There's a lot of different games in here. Good
Yeah.
Cox and
Yeah,
Stocks.
good one.
Cox and
Very
Stocks.
good one, boys. Very
There
nice
could be a
job.
shake-up in the standings this week.
There could be. There could be.
All right, I'll get fucking